the News Channel 5 network. This is the Plus Side of Nashville.
Welcome to the Plus Side of Nashville. I'm Tawanda Coleman. Thanks for joining us. You know, for women who have lost all hope due to addiction, incarceration, or perhaps mental illness, fortunately, there's a place that can offer hope and healing. The Next Door is a nonprofit that's dedicated to helping women get their lives back on track. And we'll learn how that organization is fulfilling their mission and more on their programs and services a little later in the show. But first, we're talking about girl power. You know, when you're a young and impressionable girl, who do you look up to and who are your role models? It's easy to look up to strong, confident women, but how do we become one ourselves? Especially when you're a young girl trying to find yourself. Well, the answer could be Girls to the Moon, a Nashville-based social enterprise company that brings together young girls, caregivers, and inspirational women from all walks of life. And here to tell us more about it are two of the co-founders, Knight Stivender, who's the Chief Executive Officer, and Courtney Steiner, who's the Chief Marketing Officer. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having us.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you to talk about your wonderful organization. You're two of three co-founders. Courtney Rogers is your other co-founder who couldn't be with us today, but she was very instrumental in helping you bring together this great organization. So shout out to Courtney Rogers. But first of all, why don't we talk about Girls to the Moon, the mission, and why did you feel it was necessary to start a program like this?
Yeah, well, thank you for having us today. We've really appreciated all your support, and some of the conversation that we had before the camera turned on was that's the reason that we're doing this. We've seen a need in our own lives for a strong community of women to support the girls that that we've been raising ourselves. And when we were girls ourselves, I think that we saw our moms have you know, their friends and the people in our neighborhoods who helped bring us up, and we know it's not just one or two people that raise girls, and we want to make sure that that community of people who raises our next generation of girls is strong and empowered and is surrounded by the best information and the best tools to help those girls be the best that they can be. So I think that's the real genesis of it, is empowering the community to raise the girls in the best way.
Yeah, we talk a lot about other mothers in terms of there are many, many people who touch a child's life as a girl grows up. So we want to bring all those people together and have caregivers in conversation with the girl. There are a lot of really, really crucial, hard conversations that happen in the age group we work with, age 10 to 14. So we really want to empower everyone who's involved with the girl's life with all the information, resources, and truth they need to have those great conversations to move a girl forward.
Yes. Well, you all have ongoing events. You've been around, what, a couple of years now, and you have ongoing events to help bring folks together with these young girls. And one of your events has had quite a bit of success, called Kampfer Rinse.
Got it.
Tell us about Kampfer Rinse and how this idea came about.
It's a great one. Yeah, I think when we started, we knew we wanted to work with girls in that age group. We knew we wanted to impact as many girls as we could, and we decided to shoot for the moon. We decided to put on the biggest event we could. We had really no comprehension of if people would be interested, if caregivers and girls would want to come to a one-day event that just kind of focused on all the areas we focus on, from science and STEM to relationships and understanding health and your body. But it turned out that they did want to come. We had 300 girls and their caregivers come to our event the first year at Nosy College of Art, and it really was incredible. The energy, the conversations. I feel like a movement began on that day, and we've been very, very lucky and grateful to be able to keep pushing it forward.
Yeah. Well, when you say caregiver, are we talking, can this be parents, foster parents?
Yes, absolutely. So we made a conscious decision in the very beginning to not define caregiver as just a mom or a dad, because we know that girls are raised by a community of people. So that could be your aunt, your mom's best friend, your grandmother, your grandfather. It could be
your Girl Scout troop leader, your big sister.
Exactly.
So many people are involved in this, and so many people are involved in the lives of these girls. So it's I'm very happy to honor all of them and make it inclusive to anyone who's interested in being there.
It's kind of like it takes a village, and we've heard that. And so many of us grew up in the time where, you know, the whole neighborhood kind of helped raise you.
Absolutely.
You know, you paid just as much attention to what Miss Smith down the street said as what your mom
That's so true.
or dad said.
Yes, and we believe that still exists.
Yes.
It might take a little bit of a different format, and in fact, we've just started an online community of support tailored for this very situation. So I know a lot of people use Facebook for this. And we encourage that, but we've also created a Girls to the Moon digital community for people to log on and speak to each other and share articles and information, because a lot of those conversations that get started in the Kampfer Rinse and our other events, people are really hungry to continue those after the event is over. So and they want to do it in a way that's private and secure and doesn't attract, you know, some sort of, you know, crazy stuff that happens online. You know, so we've created this special private secure space for that.
How many girls do you currently work with?
That's a good question. We've all told, I think we added this up recently, and we're at about 850 girls who've attended one of our events.
Oh, wow, that is wonderful. Well, recently, I think you all started a membership program, Girls to the Moon, and you've been successful for 2 years, but I think you kind of wanted to change it up a little bit. Tell us and explain how this works.
Yes, we wanted to, so we've reached about 850 to 900 girls, and that's primarily through events, and we've done several different events through the last couple of years. But in order to scale our business and to add to our programming, to increase the amount of content that we produce, and to grow beyond Middle Tennessee, what we realized that we needed to do was really, we needed more revenue, quite frankly, and we needed to increase our reach among people who don't necessarily live in Middle Tennessee.
That's a good point.
So we rolled out a membership program, and that entails, to become a member of Girls to the Moon, it's real simple. You go to our website, you sign up to be a member of at one of 3 levels, and we built these at different income levels. There's a $29, a $59, and a $300 level. And with each level comes a variety of little locally sourced goodies, and they're all girl-powered and really cute. One of them is the T-shirt I'm wearing. If I can.
Oh, I love that.
Ladies of Space T-shirts.
Yes.
all women who are pivotal in space exploration and getting us to the
there
moon.
you see, we've got that on the screen. That's what one of your packages looks like.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so much fun putting those together. Yeah, the membership model, one of the best and worst things that happens to us is we'll log on to Facebook or check our email, and there'll be someone saying, like, your program is so great, like, why don't you have it in Memphis? Why don't you have it in Oklahoma? Why don't you have it in New York? And we would love to have it in those places, and I think that one day we will. And we believe membership is how we get there, like tapping into the support of women and caregivers all over the United States who see what we're doing, who are excited about it, who want to see it in their community, and they can, and I hope they will.
I really feel like that there are a lot of communities could use a program like this. Now, you all consider this program, it's a social enterprise, and so often on this show we talk about nonprofits, and people hear about nonprofits. So how do you differ between a nonprofit, and what is the difference between a social enterprise? How do the two differ?
That's another great question. And so we all come from a corporate for-profit background. So when we were deciding whether to form ourselves as an LLC or nonprofit, we kind of just went with, you know, where our comfort zone was, but we also thought, you know what, there's a way to do business in a way that is good for the community and is good for our constituency, which is young girls and the people who love them. And we believe that if we do business in a good way, in a compassionate way, in a way that it gives back, that we will all be successful, and our mission can be aligned with our business goals. And so we've been very strategic, and we are so super aligned with our mission, vision, and business goals that, you know, it's all over our website, and we live, breathe, and, you know, sleep by it. We do everything by this. And so, you know, I was about to say, like, these goodies that you get when you become a member, it's cool and it's fun, and these T-shirts are super soft and cool, but what you're really doing is you're buying into that vision, and that allows us to create more events and to reach more girls. and ultimately to expand to other communities beyond Nashville. So that's the strategy and the vision and the goal. But we just believe that there's a better, different way, more creative and socially responsible way to do business.
Right.
I personally want to have girls see women making money.
Yes.
I have no problem with the nonprofit model. I'm so in love with many wonderful nonprofits around Nashville.
Absolutely.
But I think for our model, it's really important for girls to see us going for it and taking that risk, trying something that we may lose money on. I hope we don't, but that risk is important.
Absolutely. Well, you all have a big event coming up in April where folks can help support you that way. Tell us about that.
Yes, speaking of risk taking, our event coming up is all about good trouble, inspired by Congressman John Lewis's wise words about making good trouble, making necessary trouble. And we do have a value at Girls to the Moon of fearlessness. So we really want to instill that idea of take the risk. You know, stand up for what you believe is right. So we brought together a really incredible panel of women, all of whom I think identify and qualify as good troublemakers. We've got an amazing poet and spoken word artist, Nina Donovan. We've got a burlesque performer and body image writer and speaker, Freya West. It's really going to be an amazing evening. It's April 7th, is that right?
April 7th, it's at Casa Azafran, and we've got Renata Soto on our panel.
Amazing.
We've got it catered by Carla's Catering, which is one of the businesses that's been incubated by Casa Azafran. And then we'll have an interactive art project on site. There's going to be a lot going on, but it's going to be all super cool and inspired. And
it sounds like a fantastic event. I'm sure they can go to your website if they'd like to get more information, right?
Definitely.
Okay.
We would love for folks to do that.
Well, thank you both so much for being here, Knight and Courtney, and best of luck to you guys. You're doing great work.
Thank you so much, Tawanda.
You're very, very welcome. I'd also like to tell you that when we come back, we're going to be talking to the folks from the next door who are working to serve women in crisis in the community. So stay with us.